So 20th of July 2025. Today's song is Bright Side of the Road. I believe it was Van Morrison, but I might be wrong. It's about choosing to walk on the bright side rather than in the shade. It's nice to have a bit of sunshine, especially now because we're absolutely chucking it down. Can't write on anything, so Elaine, I haven't had my hair cut again, I've just styled it differently. I think I might have some chopped out the back because it's just too much of it. We got the second house of Taurus, we've got the moon, and again we've got Scorpio, so joint finances and the reproductive organs. Scorpio, shedding the skin, transformations, coming out your comfort zone, death and rebirth. And the tarot card for today is the Phoenix Rising, Judgment Day. Destroying something to rebuild, rising again, dusting yourself off and starting all over again. Phoenix. Joshua, bringing those walls of Jericho tumbling down. Judgment Day. The Judgment of Solomon, and we've had that story before, haven't we? Remember, there were two women fighting over one child because the rich woman's child died, and she swapped her child with the servant girl's child because it was healthy, born at the same time. And the servant girl went to Solomon and said, she stole my baby. Solomon, being Solomon, doesn't take anybody's word, so he said, right, we'll cut the baby in half, you can have half each. Not very logical, but it served a purpose because the wicked rich woman said, yeah, do that, because she was so angry that her child had died. But the good servant girl said, no, give her the child. She'd rather the child be given to that woman than be cut in half. So Solomon, with his wise head, said, give her to the servant girl, because no mother would harm their own child like that. And we do know that there are some people that would, but mostly he was right. So that story may have some meaning to you. Maybe you were adopted and your mother had a choice to make, and she decided the lesser of two evils was for you to go to someone who could give you a good life. Who knows? So let's see what they wanted to know. Because we want to be on the bright side of the road. It's the final card. So, Judgment Day has not arrived yet. Somebody is still putting up walls, either to protect themselves or to put obstacles in other people's way. So not today, Jose. Feeling vulnerable. Aries and Leo there because we've got the eagle. Stripped bare. Putting too great a value on material things. Working too hard. Chucking yourself into work to forget something. health issues. So if you work too hard, you may be at risk of health problems. That card's been in every read for the past few days. So 9 and 27, grandparents, Walter, Millie, 9 or 27, date for your diary, birthday, door number. Wherever you see those numbers, 9 and 27, is negative because you're not following your true path. There's 2 dogs there, so 2 people born in the year of the dog, and 2 snakes, 2 people born in the year of the snake. This is the year of the snake. Yeah. Rome burns while Nero fiddles. In this case, he's asleep. So you were caught napping somehow, and there's no peace for the wicked. So no time to rest. Working too hard, causing health issues or financial health. It doesn't have to be physical health. Greed, stubbornness, trying to hold on to something that is should have been let go a long time ago. Alice, the more you resist, the more it persists. So the more the effort you put into trying to keep something as it is, the worse it's going to get. You need to love yourself and others unconditionally. This could be a water sign child, but most of all, it's about the beginnings of being in charge of your emotions and an unconditional love. And we have an earth sign child, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or immature people, especially with finances, but steady new concepts in love and finances and career. An opportunity not to be missed that's coming your way within the year from Spirit. A new home, a new life, a new business, or one that you rejected. And there's the big snake. Aries, no passion for this. This is when he's in the negative, and we've had him for a few days now. He's all mouth and no trousers. He doesn't do what he says he's going to do. Head and face injuries. He feels impotent, unable or unwilling to act. But it could be a woman if it's an Aries, but otherwise it's a fiery man, a stubborn man, who takes no action whatsoever. Messages. No commitment. A check in the mail, a small improvement in finances. The answer is yes, there will be some sort of gathering, celebration, or birth of something new. 9 months. And there we have the dog again, picking up the crumbs. Violent arguments could end in hospital visits. A lot of harsh words. Everybody's got the swords out. Everybody wants a piece of you. Somebody here wants to win at all costs and they don't care how they do it. They will cut their own nose off to spite their face. So violence, I don't like it. I don't like that card. 5 of Swords, 5 weeks. Watch out for violent arguments. There he is in the major arcana. It keeps coming up. Aries is important. It could be in your chart. It could be in someone else's chart. It could be in the present chart. But Aries is head and face injuries, and above all, lack of self-esteem, lack of self-worth, making bad decisions. It's kings, presidents, politicians, government officials, father figures, bosses, the main man in your life. It's stubbornness. It's their way or the highway. There's no success and no protection. 4 or 31. Negative energy. So that could be somebody born on that day, living at that place, or an Aries of any gender. Businessman, Capricorn, ambition. Nothing stops a Capricorn. They are the leaders of the pack, really. as far as that is concerned, they're always successful. This is a good friend and a generous one. Could be a male or a female if it's a Capricorn. If it's not a Capricorn, it could be anybody that once wore a uniform or does wear a uniform, somebody of a darker complexion or a businessman, some good friend who's generous, a stable influence, older. There he is, he's flip-flopping again. Finally he takes action. So now we've got two kings. He takes action, he's dependable, and he's now honouring the dead. Aries. Taking action. So if you're an Aries, there is an action you must take. But it's Mercury retrograde, so somebody doesn't want to do it during that time because you don't want to start anything new. But if you're revisiting the past, then it should be a good time to do so. We've got, again, abandoned baby. So a child, a birth, a judgment, perhaps this gentleman thought he was impotent, infertile, unable to have children, and he may be right because this child may not be his, might be this other guy's, or somebody is not in charge of the facts. They don't know the whole truth. They may be protecting others for a very long time, or be in denial about it. So the rejection is there. Again, the door's not open, you're not coming in, so you are not welcome. Or whatever this is, a rejection. Rejection. Too many. Scorpio. So again, we've got it in the dice, we've got it in the cards. The reproductive organs and shared resources. It could be health issues. Somebody's dwelling in the past. You can't stay there. Past is over, future's not promised. We have to live in the now. Stop crying over spilt milk. Build a bridge and get over it. Okay. $5 months. Somebody's on fire. Got to burn those bridges. It doesn't look good. Somebody has to win. But nobody wins this and everyone will regret it, I'm afraid. Yeah, somebody made the wrong choice. There are separations here. Or somebody doesn't want to make a choice. You can't have your cake and eat it. 6 or 24, Gemini energy. Siblings, children, hands, arms, shoulder energy. School days. Adam, Eve, Lily, the snake. Again, the apple. And somebody's in a codependent situation where they don't want to be where they are, but they have to be. Financially, especially. They don't know how to stand on their own 2 feet. Yeah, so it's time to release and let go. Alice again, this time no longer being stubborn, knowing that it's pointless trying to hold on to an opinion, situation, a person, a job, whatever it is. It's time to let go and let spirit deal with it for now. Yeah, because they intend on violence if you don't. So somebody here is being emotionally, financially, spiritually, mentally or physically blackmailed. And it's nasty energy. But no one will win in this and everyone will regret it. 5 weeks, this isn't not nice, is it? So there we go. The man with the knife, not a good energy. Last time we had this was when the little girls sadly passed away. So maniacs, evil, or someone in a position of power or professional energy is giving bad advice, or like I said, a violent man. Libra energy, so partnerships, the lines, the marital home, open enemies. Yeah. And then to friendships, marriages, schools, teachers, beliefs, faith. Again, unable to or unwilling to speak the truth. Selling your soul to the devil. Lost keys. Institutions. Simon Peter, any or all of those. Taurus energy. 5 or 23 is negative. Something out of the blue in the next 8 days to astonish you, that is negative. Side swiped. And again, violence. So watch yourself. Walk away from arguments if you can, because these people are not good people. Apathy. Hoping this will all blow over. You're wrong. It's not going to. It's going to come to a head, and it's not going to be pretty. Gemini and Aries, Taurus are the main players. Libra in there, Scorpio in there, but not as main players. So that's a scary one. I don't like that one. Second house of Taurus. So there's Taurus. What you earn owns you. Money, career, finance. The colour green. The material world, your wealth, how you see your worth. Feeling worthless there. Personal resources, possessions, your security, how you value yourself, and finances, material values and spending. This is how someone sees their worth, either financially or spiritually. The only thing that Spirit says is worth anything are the things you can't buy, which is love, health, happiness and freedom. How much emphasis people put on the attitude towards money and things that are earned. It indicates whether money comes easily or is worked for, and reveals how much someone values it. You're going to need courage and strength and wisdom. These may not be material things either. It could be other forms of wealth, like I said, health and well-being. The moon in Scorpio, moody. Emotionally intense, perspicacious, compulsive, secretive, resentful and jealous. So jealousy. Moon in Scorpio has a capacity for self-transformation but fears rejection and abandonment. There's your rejection and abandonment. So they're never going to take the risk because they don't want to be rejected. Oh dear. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Solar, the bright side of the road. The sun, something is being illuminated. Something is coming to light. The sun in the tower is the 19. In the runes, Solar is 16. The life force, love, poetic justice. So those wrongdoers will come to a sticky end by the look of it. Solar 16. The letter S. Sol is the shield of the sky and the shining ray, the destroyer of ice. Somebody's going to have to thaw out. It's about brightness, fertility and good fortune. a heavenly orb. It speaks of a life force and the urge to grow that is found in all living things. The soaring eagle, Aries and Scorpio. The venerable oak, Taurus, well done spirit, and juniper and the bay tree. Mistletoe, which is also associated with the 12th rune, Gemma. The shape of the rune suggests a flash of lightning, so thunderstorms. Descending to the earth brings formidable power of the mighty god of thunder, Thor, so Thursday. Interpretation of the rune. The sun is considered female, personified as a giantess named Sol or Suna. Two of the Asgardian deities are also associated with this rune. The first is Baldur the Beautiful, and the beloved yet tragic god who was slain by mistletoe dart thrown by his blind brother, someone who didn't see, didn't understand the damage he was doing. Hodor, this myth expresses the cycle of the year and the duality of light and dark. The thunder god Thor must have a place in the symbolism of the rune because it looks so much like a lightning flash. The guardian of justice and order, so this must be put right, and was known for the swift retribution that he dealt to wrongdoers. What did you say? So the meaning of this card can be applied to workings of the law, and we've already got that. Injustice, open enemies, and taking justified revenge. Somebody will feel they want to win. So its appearance in the reading casts a glow over all of the runes present and undoes much of the harm that they may foretell. It is the rune of hope, so there's always hope, promising that the sun will rise again, and you too will once this destruction takes place. Even when you are in your darkest night. It is a particularly good rune to draw when one is in trouble, because it will ensure a happy outcome. One might also say that Saola expresses the idea of poetic justice, because it indicates that wrongdoers will gain nothing, except an apt punishment for their offence. If you have a major decision to make, then the appearance of Saola will reveal the truth of the situation, making this choice that you are worried about so much easier. There is a spiritual dimension to this rune too. When it is drawn, contact with your inner self will guide you, so go within. In affairs of the heart, this rune is a good omen. Thor, one of the patron deities of Saola, was invoked at weddings in Viking times when the bride wore red, but I'm hoping that the bride is not covered in blood. And the hammer blows, don't like it, as the vows were exchanged. Saola signals a time when happiness and harmony will reign, justice will prevail. So if you know of anybody that has suffered by knife crime, then maybe it's going to court. An enjoyable holiday, don't see that at all. It also said to be a good sign for victory in athletics or sports. Saola has no inverted meaning. So it's just trying to lessen this, but you can't lessen this. This is quite dire. So let's see. Oh, the wolf again, Capricorn, and the chipmunk and the laurel, success. So it does say we need to change our attitude and change the path, go to the bright side instead of the darkness. Chipmunk, number 7. The chipmunk and the laurel symbolise a new venture, so something new that will surely lead to success. The chipmunk often takes the road less travelled, what did I just say? Finding hidden pathways, because if you stay on this path, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. You are insane. Finding hidden pathways and adventures along the way. The laurel is a symbol of victory, used to crown the winners in the ancient Olympic Games. But do you want to win or do you want to be happy? Together they tell us to take charge of your destiny, carve your own path, find your own success. Forge a unique path towards your desire. The road to achieving your goals is hardly ever straight and easy, but the journey is ultimately the reward. What success in your life can you celebrate? And how can you carve your own path and live your truth? So truth will set you free. But we have Wolfbane, and we know that that's Capricorn 29, which in the is the High Priestess, and we talked about that, I think it was yesterday, that High Priest and the High Priestess are meant to be together, but he's in reverse, she isn't. So 29, Wolfbane. The Latin name Aconitum Lycocanum. Can't even say it. Saturn, the truth, Mars, war, fire. The fire element. Wolfsbane is steeped in folklore and magic, but is rarely used physically today by modern witches because it's both highly toxic, which this situation is, and the fact that it is often mistaken for monkshood. With yellow flowers rather than purple of the hood, famous in Greek law, it was said to poison the tips of arrows to ward off wolves and used by media, so the news, MSM, in the attempt to poison Theseus. It's a protective herb against night creatures, from werewolves to other nightmares, and its relative monkshood is used to wash upon magical items to empower them. Wolfsbane is said to force shapeshifters to return to their normal form. Likewise, it can be used to help us shift our shape to another perspective, particularly wolves and ravens, Scorpio, the Capricorn. As a poison, it is sacred to the underworld gods, particularly to the goddess Hecate. Crossroads, take the path less travelled. The tiniest amount can be deadly, so if growing it or using it in any way, the utmost caution must be taken. So try taking a different path home or to work, especially if you're in the dark, because I don't like these cards. Wolfsbane is not a friendly spirit to most people. It draws up that which is animalistic inside us, but its medicine is to help us face the primal fears and dreads of existence. In our own personal journey, Wolfsbane can help us tap into our inner wolf for protection. You need to protect yourself. And wisdom if we are not afraid to face the primal nature. Wolfsbane releases our inner warrior, able to face any situation. The spirit of Wolfbane indicates courage in the face of a challenge and a level of vitality and power to accomplish whatever is needed, to go further and deeper by tapping into the magic of our primal self. You will find victory here. Under the full moon, so we'll have to look when the full moon is, surrounded by the rune encrusted boar-headed torque. So the bracelet and the pig or the boar or Venus, Taurus. The sign of a warrior flanked by two lycanthrope wolfmen. So two Capricorns. The runes are Uruz, and we've had Uruz all week. Alges, Tiwaz, Sawalo, Kenez, Manas. Above are the ravens reminiscent of Odin's familiars, Huggin and Moonin. Now I did a video with all those runes in separately. I put it up as a short, I'm sure I did. So go back to that. It's about a week or two away. Travelling the 9 wells of Norse myth for their master. Below the Wolfsbane is the wise warrior, the wanderer, garbed in green. The fool's journey begins again then, because the wandering green is the fool. 22. You are a spiritual warrior. Never forget it. But I really can't stress enough, if you always take the same route and you're on foot and it's in the dark, take a different path. Something is not right here and I don't like it. So we'll see what the song says. Thanks for listening. Speak soon.